Hello, everyone. How are y'all this evening? I'm here. I would like to read out of the book of Job this afternoon. It's Job and his family in Uz. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, and one who feared God and shunned evil. And 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. Also, his possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 female donkeys, and a very large household. So that this man was the greatest of all the people of the East. And his sons would go and feast in their houses, and each of his appointed day, and would send and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. So it was when the days of feasting had run their course that Job would send and sanctify them. Sorry, lost my place here. And he would rise early in the morning and offer blunt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Thus Job didn't regularly. Okay, and it talks about Satan attacking Job's character. Now there was a day when the Son of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came along with them. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" So Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil?" So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has ever sighed? You have blessed the works of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now stretching out your hand and touching all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. Then we'll read about Job losing his property and his children. Now there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And a messenger came to Job and said, "The oxen were plowing and the donkeys feeding beside them, when the Sabeans raided them and took them away. Indeed, they have killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another also came and said, "The fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I alone have escaped to tell you." Also he was still speaking, another also came and said, "The Chaldeans formed 3 bands, raided the camels and took them away, yes, and killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another also came and said, "Your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house, and suddenly a great wind came from across the wilderness and struck the 4 corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they all dead, and I alone have escaped to tell you." Then Job arose, tore his robe, and shaved his head, and he fell to the ground and worshipped, and he said, "Naked I come from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." In all of this, Job did not sin nor change God with wrong. Charge God with wrong is what I meant. Not change, but charge. Okay. It's the things, that, we got to be strong on a lot of things, and things that happen in our life. We still got to have that faith, and we got to trust in Him no matter how hard things are, or something that happened, how hard it is. We got to be truthful and have faith in Him, and still worship the God He is. And I just want to thank y'all for listening. And y'all have a blessed evening, and God bless y'all, and thank y'all for listening. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.